Receiving an inheritance. It's such a strange mix of emotions, isn't it? There's grief, but there's also this sudden, heavy responsibility. It can feel like a lot, but it really doesn't have to be overwhelming. So today we're going to walk through a clear, simple guide to help you create a really thoughtful plan for what is, for sure, a huge life event. So the paperwork's done, the estate is settled, and then you're left staring at your bank account, asking this massive question. Okay, what now? And this isn't just about the numbers, is it? It's so much more personal. It's about legacy, it's about memory, and it's about your future. And that pressure to do the right thing can feel absolutely immense.
And that's exactly why the very first and honestly the most important piece of advice is just to pause. Seriously, just take a breath. Before you make a single decision, give yourself the time and the mental space to process it all. Honoring the person you've lost, well, it really starts with being intentional with the gift they've left you.
Okay, so you've taken that breath. You've given yourself some space. What are the first practical things you should actually do? Well, this part is all about creating a calm, clear foundation before you make any big moves.
These first steps look simple, but believe me, they are incredibly powerful. First, as we said, pause and reflect. Then, you've got to actively fight the urge to rush into things. Decisions made when you're emotional, they're rarely the best ones and can be costly. Next, try to shift your thinking to the long term. How could this change your life in 5, 10, even 20 years? And finally, get some expert guidance. A good financial planner won't just tell you what to do. They'll help you see all the pathways clearly so you can make the best choice.
All right, let's get into the topic that worries pretty much everyone: tax. The rules can seem kind of complicated and scary, but we're going to break it all down really simply so you know exactly where you stand. No jargon, I promise.
Okay, let's get this one out of the way right now, crystal clear. Australia does not have an inheritance tax. Let me say that again. There's no specific inheritance tax on the amount you receive, but, and this is a really important but, that doesn't mean there are no tax considerations at all.
So, the main thing you need to know about is something called capital gains tax, or CGT. Now, if you inherit an asset, say a house or some shares, you don't pay any CGT just for receiving it. Phew. But you might have to pay it if you decide to sell that asset down the road. The good news here is that the asset's value is often reset to what it was worth on the date of death. This step up is a huge deal because it can seriously reduce the capital gain and therefore the tax you might owe later.
The other big one to get your head around is superannuation. With super, who you are in relation to the person who passed away is absolutely critical. If you're a dependent, we're talking a spouse or a minor child, any super you receive is generally tax-free. Great. But if you're a non-dependent, like an adult child, then the taxable part of that super payout might actually be taxed. It's a really crucial difference to be aware of.
So now that we've covered those crucial first steps and we've demystified the tax rules, we can get to the exciting part. This is where we talk about how to turn this inheritance into a powerful tool to build the future that you want.
Think of this like a menu of really smart choices. You could focus on long-term growth by building a portfolio of shares or maybe investing in property. For a tax-savvy move, you could boost your own super. Or for an immediate win that feels amazing, you could wipe out high-interest debt like credit cards that instantly frees up your cash flow. And hey, remember, if you're just not ready to decide, parking the money in a high-interest savings account while you think is a perfectly smart move in itself.
The key takeaway here, the real secret sauce, isn't about picking just one of these things. It's all about finding the right balance for you. A really strong strategy is often a mix. You might put some towards debt, a chunk into your super, and invest the rest. It's all about building a plan that actually matches your personal goals and what you're comfortable with. And this is where it all comes together, really. It brings us full circle. An inheritance isn't just the end of a story. It's a link in a much longer chain. It's about honoring the legacy you've been given by thoughtfully planning for the future that you're now going to create.
This timeline just captures that journey so perfectly. In the past, a legacy was received, a gift was given to you. Right now, in the present, you are the steward of that gift. It's your turn to manage it, to grow it thoughtfully. And that leads directly to the future, where you get to create your own legacy, setting things up to support the people and the causes that you care about most.
So, this is where we land. An inheritance marks the closing of one chapter, but it's also the beginning of a brand new one for you. It's a profound gift that gives you the chance to shape your own story, on your own terms. The only question left is, how will you write it?